Hey guys. So I wanted to make a quick video showing the 90s hood movies in my collection. Um, those are some of my favorite movies. Some of my favorite movies growing up were the string of hood movies that were coming out in the 90s. So this will be the 90s hood movies I have in my collection. And there's more than I thought I had, actually, and it made me realize there are some that I actually still want to get, still need, but it's pretty impressive little collection, I think, and let's just get into it. All right, so the first one I got here, and I just put them in alphabetical order. This is not like my favorites. I'll tell you if one of them's my favorite though. But I got Above the Rim here. This is on DVD. Um, the case is not the greatest. I need to replace all my DVD cases because a lot of them are like kind of old from like getting them from like thrift stores and stuff. But Above the Rim doesn't have a Blu-ray, I believe. Um, I mean, the reason to watch this is Tupac. This is one of Tupac's movies. Death Row Records actually produced the film and the soundtrack to a certain degree. I don't know. Death Row's name's all over it. They had some hand in this, even though it seems to be a movie based in New York. I think. Anyway, but this is pretty good. Used to watch it quite a bit. Not so much anymore. I haven't seen it in a few years. Tupac, like I said, is the reason to watch it. The one thing I always thought was hilarious was the dig at white men can't jump on the back. Better than white men can't jump. Like this is not a similar kind of movie. Other than basketball being in the movie, this movie has nothing to do with what white men can't jump was about. Um, so I always thought that was kind of funny that they just got to like shit on the other basketball movie of the time period or something. But it's pretty good. If you haven't seen Above the Rim, check it out. Be in the mood for some '90s hood goodness. All right. Next, I got this a little while ago. Bebe's Kids on Blu-ray. Um, for those who haven't seen Bebe's Kids, it's based on Robin Harris stand-up, and I think he he died. I think he had some type of disease, but he died of it. And they went ahead and made the movie anyway and replaced his voice. And you see his stand up throughout it. Because he had stand up with bits about Bebe's kids and them being fucking like bad little hood kids, I guess, and they're always getting into fucking shenanigans. So they go to a theme park, and they do theme park shit. But a lot of good stuff in this. It's kind of a musical. It's got several musical numbers. Quality little cartoon. Check it out if you haven't. Bebe's Kids. All right, next we got. All right, this is a Blu-ray copy of Belly I have. Belly starring DMX and Nas and T-Boz from TLC. Um, Hype Williams directed this. I think this might be Hype Williams' only feature film. Um, a lot of people know it's like one of the first scenes where they go into DMX's like mansion and they're watching fucking Gummo on a fucking projector screen. Um, this movie kind of peters out for me near the end. I like the beginning far more than the ending. But it's a good movie, good hood movie. It was on TV a lot when in my teen years. All right. Next we got a classic, certified classic hood movie, pretty much, in my opinion, responsible for any other Hood movie we got in the 90s. Boys in the Hood. Um, I think this was made in 1990 exactly, or 91. I can't remember right now. Anyway, um, terrific movie. Pretty much like it almost feels like a Hood version of Stand by Me in some way or something. It always reminds me of Stand by Me, um, and it may just because of them walking on the train tracks and them looking at a dead body. Maybe that just resonates and reminds me of Stand by Me. But this movie is a classic, Hood or not. Um, but Ice Cube's amazing in it. Cuba Gooding Jr., Morris Chestnut, John Singleton's first movie, but it's just terrific. If you haven't seen Boys in the Hood, definitely check it out. All right, next we got the Hughes brothers. I think this is their second feature film, and this is Dead Presidents. This is currently not on Blu-ray. This takes place in the I think late '60s and early '70s, around Vietnam era America, and it's just marginalized black people in that time period, and they just keep getting pushed to the fringes. Basically, I haven't seen this movie in quite a while, um, maybe over 20 years, but I picked up the DVD because I wanted it in my collection, and I really like this has the same visual style as Menace to Society does, and I wish the Hughes brothers kind of kept that in their later films. But I like this. It's not as good as Menace to Society is, but it's definitely strong. All right, next, this is one of my favorites. I watched this quite a bit. I found this later in life though, maybe in my very early 20s. This is Fresh. Also, not really on Blu-ray. I've seen some Blu-rays of it, but they just don't. I don't know how official they are or if they're foreign. But I just have the DVD copy here until I see something for real about a Blu-ray or a 4K for this. Samuel L. Jackson, this boy right here, he plays Fresh. He is a drug runner for several coke dealers and heroin dealers in his neighborhood, and he basically turns them all against each other, um, in an effort of revenge, really. I think this is Boaz Yakin. He's a Jewish filmmaker. This is a this is a pretty good one. If you like Samuel L. Jackson, if you like who else is in this? Giancarlo Esposito from Breaking Bad. He played Gus Fring. He's also in this. He plays a drug kingpin in this as well. And this is just a very strong movie. Highly recommend Fresh. Right, next, I got a. This is a DVD copy of Friday, the first Friday movie. I actually only got I only have the DVD of this because I was somewhat disappointed in the Blu-ray copy of it. The Blu-ray copy, as far as because I owned it at one point, it included all the deleted scenes in the film and called it the director's cut. And I found the deleted scenes, they slowed down a lot of things, and um, I don't know, it just messed with the pacing so bad I didn't really like it, and I know this movie pretty well. So every time one of those deleted scenes were inserted, it was very jarring. So I only like watching the theatrical cut, which is why I only have the DVD. I wish I did find a Snapcase version like I used to own, but um, I really love Friday. Maybe they'll put a 4K out and it'll be like they'll give you an option of the director's or the theatrical cut. I don't think the Blu-ray did. I think they presented it as the director's cut, and that was it. One of the special things about this movie to me is the first time I watched this, I I also watched Boys in the Hood on the same night. Maybe I was like fifth grade in '95, something like that, and I remember we watched Boys in the Hood, and then we watched this, and that was like maybe the best double feature I've ever experienced in my life. Those two movies go extremely well together. Next, this is another favorite of mine. Watched this quite a bit growing up. This is Gladiator. No, not the Russell Crowe one. This has James Marshall and Cuba Gooding Jr. And I am actually not sure who directed this one. Let's see. Oh, Rowdy Harrington. Rowdy Harrington directed this one, and it was also written by the Mark Kamen, I think is his name. He wrote the Karate Kid movies, the first three, and this is just extremely solid. This is about underground boxing. This basically organized crime type boss is he recruits these um, basically black kids and like poor kids in this basically hood area, and he recruits them to compete in underground boxing. And these they're highly illegal. People come in and bet on these basically teenagers that are boxing each other, and it turns into like a betting thing. And you'll see some familiar Sopranos faces in this. John Hurd, uh, the actress who she's in Stranger Things now. She's Mike's mom, but she was also Christopher's wife at the end of The Sopranos. She's in this, and what the fuck is his name? Also, Feech LaManna is in this. So you got some Sopranos characters. It's very, very good movie. If you like boxing movies, if you like hood movies, you're gonna fucking love Gladiator. All right, next I think this is John Singleton's third movie. This is Higher Learning. Doesn't take place in the hood, but it takes characters out of the hood and puts them in a prominent college, the fictitious Columbus University. Um, and it's funny, I rewatched this recently, and I thought this movie was kind of very heavy-handed with its messaging. But as the political climate in America has developed, this movie is actually pretty. It's 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 really on point. Um, it's kind of sad how on point it feels. It felt depressing watching this with how America feels right now. Um, but highly recommend Higher Learning if you haven't watched it. Omar Epps, Ice Cube, Michael Rappaport, um, and Omar Epps' role it was originally going to be Tupac, um, because he and Tupac and John Singleton had developed a friendship. But it was around the time that Tupac had actually gone to prison for a time, so they ended up having to replace him with Omar Epps. But Omar Epps does a good job, and like I said, like with all of these, if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. All right, next we got another Tupac movie. Him and Omar Epps are in this one. Um, Ernest Dickerson directed this. This is Juice. This is the 4K edition I have. I think I found this used somewhere and I snatched it right the fuck up. If you want to ever see what Tupac offered in a movie, this is it. This is the best Tupac movie in my opinion. The best he ever did in a film. His role as Bishop is amazing. If you haven't seen this, you need to go watch Juice. I've been watching it for years, and it never gets old. Um, it's a terrific movie. Um, a difference from this and the other films I've pretty much shown here. A lot of the hood movies I tend to gravitate towards are LA based, and this is actually a New York based hood movie. It takes place in the Bronx. Um, I think I think it's the Bronx. Maybe, I don't fucking know. What do I know about New York? Come on, get real. Anyway, watch Juice. Juice is a good one. Next we got maybe one of my favorites. I think this might be my favorite out of all the hood movies I own. But this is the Hughes brothers first movie, Menace to Society. This is the Criterion Blu-ray I have here, and this movie is just perfect. Um, it's really aged on me as well, like as far as aged with me rather. The older I've gotten, the more I've grown to appreciate so many things about this movie as a filmmaker and as just a person growing up. I love the storytelling in it. It's definitely like it's almost like a rise and a fall structure, kind of like a Hood Goodfellas or Mean Streets. Um, but this one's just terrific. It's all the grittiness of Boys in the Hood, and you don't really have a Trey character to latch onto. The characters in this are all um, lost in many ways. And this is actually another movie that Tupac should have been in, but he started having beef with the fucking directors, and I think he ended up getting in a fight with one of them, and I think he got fired from it. But just a terrific movie. If you have not seen Men's Society, I recommend just getting the 4K. Don't even fuck with this Blu-ray version I have. Don't be a loser like me. Next, we got The Players Club, and I think this might be. I'm pretty sure this is the only film Ice Cube has directed, and I believe he wrote it as well. It's it's like a comedy drama of a woman trying to strip while paying for school. This is one of my wife's favorite hood movies, so I had to get it in the collection. It's not on Blu-ray. It should. I do have this nifty snap case though, which is always fun to have. And eventually, if it ever gets a Blu-ray release, I will be upgrading it. But terrific. It's got Bernie Mac, fucking hilarious. And it's just an all-around good movie. Next, we got Poetic Justice. This is John Singleton's second film, starring Janet Jackson and Tupac. This is like almost like a hood version of like a teenage like romantic comedy. With it has some seriousness to it too, but it's almost like a hood road movie where you take these characters from like a hood area, and they go on a little road trip. And Janet Jackson is a poet in this. Her poems are written by I think Maya Angelou, and this is just a good one. I've rewatched this quite a bit. Um, Holds up in my opinion still. Regina King is maybe one of my favorite characters in this, as with her in all of John Singleton's movies. But this is a good one. He keeps John Singleton had a pretty solid career when you look at his filmography. And if you haven't seen Poetic Justice, just check it out. The last movie, and I actually haven't seen this movie in quite a while, like since I was a child. But I picked up this DVD snap case of it a while back, and this is South Central. And who directed South Central? Steve Anderson. A Steve Anderson film. I don't know much about Steve Anderson, but he directed this. This is where I learned that you could put a potato on a gun and make it a silencer, which I don't think really works in real life, but this movie blew my mind when I was like 10 because I was like, wow, crime. And you see a child get its back shot out with a shotgun in this, as far as I remember. This movie's pretty hardcore. A guy this is him, this is the dad, and this is the son. And the dad goes to jail and he starts learning to be a Muslim. I don't know. I don't know why I watched this so much when I was a child, but I liked movies like this one, even now. So I need to rewatch this. I am not excited about watching this edition of it, this only edition of it. It's a standard version. This is a full screen, old as shit DVD. I got it just to get it in my collection for $1. But holy shit, let's upgrade South Central, everybody. Let's start a petition. Upgrade South Central, hey guys. So this is my these are my 90s hood movies. And I was thinking, I might, I have other hood movies, but I wanted to keep this strictly 90s for now. I do have, I have newer ones, and I was thinking of making maybe like a new school hood movie, hood classics, something like that. It's got like Moonlight, Hustle and Flow. I have Baby Boy on DVD. It's 2001, so I didn't want to include it in this. But Baby Boy's probably my favorite hood movie. It's a part of John Singleton's South Central trilogy, which is Boys in the Hood, Poetic Justice, and Baby Boy. So I'll probably do a video like that and just talk about the newer hood movies, newer hood classics. And so guys, if you made it to this part of the video, you're in luck, because I neglected to give it away earlier this past week, but whoever is cool enough to keep watching my video about 90s hood movies is also going to get a Night of the Living Dead on 4K digital code. So go ahead, take it in, breathe it in. Whoever gets it first, leave me a comment. Let me know you got it. All right. Well, with that said, that's my 90s hood movies. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Like I said, tell me your favorite hood movie. Tell me your favorite hood movie. Without tell me your favorite hood movie without regard to the year. It doesn't have to be 90s. Just, what do you like? Anyway, like and subscribe.